Hi, I'm Vivek Mehra with yet another Task 1 explanation for IELTS students. You can find different videos of the similar kind in the description. Here we can see that there is a bar chart, and along with this there are two countries, France and UK, and the expenditure on various consumer goods in the year 2010. So let's do some rough. The rough work for any IELTS task 1 or 2 is one of the most important parts of preparation. If you do your rough work properly in a task 1, you do not have to look at the rubric or the question once again. You can just look at your rough work and complete the task. So here we can see that the year is 2010, so we will use past tense in explanation. The currency is pound sterling. It is spent on consumer goods, so we can say expenditure on household durables. 5 items are there. The comparison is between two countries, France and the United Kingdom. The is important here. And if they have used UK, you should use United Kingdom. Both maximum expenditure is on cars, 4 and 4.5. The rough work doesn't have to be very detailed. It is rough work. It can be done on the question paper, on the back side of the question paper. Countries we can call nations. And on consumers, computers, they spent 4 and 3.5. On books, 3 and 4. On perfume, 2 and 1.5. On cameras, 1.5 to 3.5. So even from the rough work, we can see how the data is operating. We will have to mention cars and computers first because they are very similar to each other. Then we will come to books and perfumes. So coming to the introduction of the graph, we can say the given vertical bar graph, or we can say information graphic, depicts and illustrates or shows and contrasts, compares, correlates any of these. And as it is one and it is simple present tense, I have used S with verbs. In the data, changes in the data, statistics, information about the trends of expenditure spent on 5 consumer durables instead of consumables by the residents of two countries, namely France and the United Kingdom. The data is calibrated in pounds sterling. Now coming to the body paragraph number 1, we will talk about the most important data first. Both the nations spent the maximum amount on cars. That is about 400,000. We can write in figures as well as in words. 400,000 pounds sterling by the former and approximately 50,000 more by the latter. It was the other way around when it came to expenditure on computers. जब बात आई computers की तो दूसरा था figures. The former, or we can say the first nation, again spent an amount of 400,000 pounds sterling on them, whereas the latter, or we can say the other, about 50,000 less than that. Coming to the body paragraph number 2, some fluctuations were seen in the respective spending on books and perfumes too. Though both nations spent a little lesser amount on these when compared to the other two items. On the former, France spent approximately £100,000 sterling less than the United Kingdom, which spent £400,000. And on the latter, the people of France spent £50,000 sterling more than the resident of the United Kingdom. The biggest difference, albeit, was seen in the expenditure on cameras. France and the UK spent approximately £150,000 and £350,000 on them respectively. Now we come to the overall point. In IELTS Task 1, this is the most important point under which the examiner is going to value your response. You see, the overall point should be taken in such a way that it says something important about the whole information graphic. Also, in my view, if you read the introduction along with the overall point and leave the body part out, you must get the gist of what is being shown. So do not talk about one thing only, talk about a general thing that is about the graph. Also, try to make the overall point as concise, as precise and as short as possible. So here is my overall point. Overall, the salient feature seems to be that under most expenditure heads, the spending was neck to neck. Neck to neck means एक जैसी थी, बिल्कुल. With France spending a bit more on computers and books. फ्रांस थोड़ी ज़्यादा स्पेंडिंग कर रहा था कंप्यूटर और बुक्स के ऊपर. However, the starkest difference, starkest means सबसे ज़्यादा difference was in spending on cameras. जो spending cameras पे हुई, उस पे सबसे ज़्यादा difference था. Where the spending by the UK was almost twice or double that of France. जहाँ UK की spending जो थी, वो फ्रांस से ऑलमोस्ट डबल थी.